the Houston starting five. Katie and Smith, the lengthy duo at forward. Amen Thompson out there with Tari Eason. And it's Şengün in at the five. And for Golden State, they've got Moses Moody, DeAnthony Melton out there with Brandon Podziemski. Then there's Draymond Green. And it's Santos in at the four slot. Grant, as the season draws to a close, most individual player stats are becoming more solidified.
And that can affect players' mentalities, BA. Since certain numbers may bring bonuses or trade interests, meanwhile, winning still has to be job number one.
Back to Thompson. Outside Eason. Şengün, the screen. Here's Thompson. Offensive board. And Şengün gets it to go.
Hey, he's one of the best on the offensive glass, so you got to get a body on Şengün.
And here's Podziemski. The 11-footer. Right side Moody. Pass to Podziemski. 5 on the clock. And here is Green. Three-pointer, no good. Eason against Melton. Eason inside, and the layup falls.
Just taking it right to the rim, and no one was there to greet him.
Well, this early, they should be showing a lot more energy on defense. It's not there.
Now here's Podziemski. We saw him with 19 his last time out. Back to Melton. It's Podziemski on the wing, defended by Thompson. This one for three. Rockets with a rebound. They beat the Warriors during their last encounter in the Bay Area.
The last time out, they barely captured a win against this team, and it came down to some key turnovers.
Well, composure, execution, efficiency in a tight ball game is typically what's going to determine the winner.
Still looking to get their offense in gear. 0 for 3 to start this game.
Oh, the dunk by Smith.
Yeah, what an athlete Smith is. Excellent at rising up to punch it home.
Outside Moody. Back to Podziemski. Here in the first quarter with about 2 minutes gone by. Foul beyond the arc, and he almost hit the shot. He'll go to the line for three. And it's exceptional, the level of commitment that Ime Udoka has inspired from this Rockets team, Grant.
Yeah, I mean, he's a player's coach, but very demanding, and he holds everyone accountable. It's all about professionalism and purpose.
And he's good on the first of three. And Grant, Stephen Curry said his goal was to play meaningful basketball games. With the arrival of Jimmy Butler, that proved to be the case.
Yeah, the Warriors have been looking to get Steph some help. The fit with Jimmy was questioned, but it's worked out better than most people expected.
And Melton has continued to improve at a steady rate, which is something you like to see. He's a versatile combo guard who always plays hard.
The last one's off. They'll settle for two.
You know, with Melton, you get a lot. You get floor spacing, steals, he can play both guard positions, and he's a good rebounder for his size, too.
Here's Durant. Softly drops in the floater.
And they've settled in quickly today. A nice flow and rhythm to their offense.
Yeah, they're lasered in. I mean, really making the most of their possession.
Now here's Podziemski. He's averaging more than 12 a game. A consistent threat on offense. Sinks it from distance.
You've got to respect Green at the arc. If he gets open out there, he can make you pay.
From the line, Durant, no good.
I wouldn't count on him missing the mid-range shot again. That's a good look for him.
First quarter of play, and we're about 3 minutes in. Smith against Melton. Outside Moody. Pass to Melton. There's the triple. Kevin Durant pulls it in.
A 1 for 5 start so far. Not what they envisioned coming into this game.
A nice shot by Smith.
And there's the length of Smith at work. Playing big on the interior.
Just under 3.5 minutes elapsed here in the first quarter. Pass to Santos. Here's Green, defended by Şengün. Green, a screen from deep. Melton can't hit that one. Houston leading by 5. Durant looking around. Picked by Smith. Puts up a deep 3. And the ball out of play. The Warriors will have it. And looking at overall steal numbers, here are the teams that continue to wreak havoc. In third, the Warriors.
This team will punish you for sloppy ball control, no question. They've got a lot of fast-handed guys just waiting to take advantage.
Golden State has gone just 1 of 6 from downtown. Outside, Green. Pass to Melton. Now here's Moody. Here's Santos. Outside Moody. Here's Podziemski. Offline with a 3. The Rockets have gone 5 of 9 from the floor. Durant on the attack. Lays it up and banks it in.
You know, the defense has been very slow to adapt. I mean, that's 10 straight points now inside.
Warriors trail by 7. And from the sideline, let's catch up with Allie.
I had a chance to catch up with Steve Kerr. We talked about Kevin Durant and just how challenging a matchup he is. He told me, quote, his length is what makes him so difficult. Throwing that quick release on his jumper, all we can ask our guys to do is get a hand up on any shot they can. We'll see how effective their defense is on Durant tonight. Back to you, B.A.
Allie, thank you. Now here's Thompson. 9 points for him in his last game. Outside Durant. Back to Thompson. Just 5 to shoot. And it's good with time running down on the shot clock.
You know, inside is where Thompson excels, and the concentration allowing him to finish there.
And Steve Kerr wants a timeout. He'll take the opportunity to regroup.
Let's keep it going for your Warriors dancers.
6th in steals, and I love how aggressive they are at pushing the pace off of turnovers. They rank in the top 10 in this category. They just love exploiting their opponent's mistakes.
And you brought up their number 2 assist ranking. Their attitude is that the offense has to involve everyone on the floor. The ball's always moving, no one standing around. Here's Santos. Still no points. It's Podziemski on the wing, defended by Thompson. To the inside. Here's Green.
They're showing he can hit from all spots on the floor. Green had the defense all over him that time.
It's his first trip to the line.
At the line, your Warriors, Draymond Green, taking 2 shots.
And he knocks down the first one.
There's always a spot for a guy like Draymond Green on your side. An incredible defender. He's unselfish offensively and a highly skilled passer.
And both free throws good for Green.
Yeah, in terms of winners in NBA history, few have the resume of Draymond Green.
Picked by Smith. For 3. That's good. And so Durant with the assist. Smith's got 7 points in the game.
And they're behind right now because they're failing to play quality defense. It's that simple.
Yeah, you've got to turn up the dial on the intensity at the defensive end if you're them. I mean, it's still early, but I agree with you.
It's good. And he drew contact on the shot, so he will go to the line. A 3-point play opportunity. So we'll see DeAnthony Melton here go to the line. That one on Şengün. He's made 2 of 3 from the stripe tonight.
And guys, I think that's a tribute to his work ethic. I mean, it's not by accident that he's enjoying the success he is at the free throw line.
Capella, he's checked in for the Rockets. Houston leading by 7. Thompson outside. Pass to Easton. Thompson left side. Here's Smith. Count the bucket. Coming off a perfectly placed pass. 9 points in the game.
And now almost all their points coming from the paint.
Outside Moody. From behind the arc. The shot by Podziemski, no good. And here's Capella. He'll bring it up for the Rockets. Durant, the pass to Thompson. Capella with it. Back to Thompson. Oh, and makes it with the kiss. And now an 11-point Rocket lead.
I just love his approach coming into tonight. Focused and aggressive.
Green with a screen on Thompson. Here's Podziemski. And here's Green from the arc. Knocks down the triple. Green's got 8.
A pleasant surprise from Draymond there. I mean, I love when he looks for his offense.
Smith outside. Back to Durant. Six to shoot. And he knocks it down. He's 3 of 5 now from the floor.
You can't help but look toward their defense. They're totally lost.
Well, everything's coming too easily. I mean, at some point defensively, you have to take something away.
And that's out of bounds. It was last touched by Eason. Already it's February. Let's see how things look out west. Taking a look at the Rockets. Right now, they rank 3rd in the conference, aiming for a high seed in the postseason. And checking out the Warriors. Currently, they're 5 spots behind them.
Well, I think for the Warriors, they're really doing their best to rise through the rankings. Time will tell whether they can pull it off.
You know, it's really hard to figure out exactly what's been missing, but there is something missing that perhaps could be the system they're playing in.
Here's Podziemski. Off the mark there with a 3.
He has not been at his most efficient this quarter.
Outside Durant. Pass to Shepherd. Houston working the ball around. Now Capella. Hasn't gotten one to fall yet. 4 on the clock. Here's Durant. No good there. Warriors trail by 10. Grant, is it fair to call Kevin Durant one of the most unique players we've ever seen?
Without a doubt, BA, most definitely. The blend of size and perimeter skill, unprecedented. KD able to rise up and score over most any defender.
First personal foul, 14 foul.
All right, guys, what do you think so far on the offensive approach for Houston?
Well, I've liked their assertiveness inside. They've been getting that way and playing that way the whole time, setting the tone right away that the inside area is their territory.
Another area where they've excelled has been pushing it on the break. They're really getting after it.
Kristaps Porzingis, he's checked in for the Warriors. The free throw drops for Melton. Houston leading by 7. And stolen by Porzingis. And a slam dunk by Porzingis.
The big man throwing it down. Kristaps Porzingis, when you're 7'3", though, doesn't take much vertical to punch it home.
Here's Shepherd. Playing Orlando, he was nearly unstoppable. Porzingis passes to Melton. And here's Moody. Green finds Porzingis. Outside Moody. Jacks up a 3. Podziemski shot is good. And now it's just a 2-point Houston lead.
And that's what they want to do. Get him open looks early.
Thompson outside. And the foul called on Kristaps Porzingis. That's his first foul of the game. Spencer's checked in for the Warriors. And a change for the Rockets. Finney Smith's checked in. And Houston has possession. Pass to Okogie. Green, a screen. Shot clock at 6. And here's Shepherd for 3. Rebounded by Green.
The way they've gotten after rebounds has been impressive.
Yeah, sensational is a really good word for it. They're tearing it up on the glass.
Outside Moody.
2 minutes remaining in the first. 2 minutes.
Here's Spencer. Oh, that doesn't go on the chance to tie. Houston in the lead. Here's Okogie. Still without a bucket. Pass to Shepherd. Driving inside. And down it goes. Jam that one home.
I love the decision there by Shepherd to challenge the lane.
Now Moody. Here's Spencer. Coming off a 12-point game. Now here's Podziemski. Moody from outside. Capella with a rebound. The Rockets lead by 4. Pass to Shepherd. And there's the whistle. Illegal screen is the call. All right, a chance now to take a look at the steals over the last few months for Reed Shepherd.
I get the feeling he hasn't been paying as much attention defensively as he should be. His steal numbers have dipped in the past few months. He needs to get back some of that intensity on defense.
The Warriors shooting 33% in the first quarter. And that one goes in as he's fouled. It'll be 3 points if he converts the free throw.
Second personal foul.
Payton's checked in for Williams.
At the line for 1, Spencer.
There's 49 seconds left now in the first quarter. Pass to Green. Down low. Here's Shepherd. And he floats it in for the easy 2. Credit the sweet setup on that one.
Oh, when we talk about the future of Shepherd, scoring inside is very important to take his game to the next level.
Porzingis sets a screen. Wide open. Buries the jump shot.
Love to see that kind of activity. He just makes things happen.
Houston has gone 1 for 3 from beyond the arc. Here's Shepherd, a dependable player on offense, giving them over 13 a game. Sweet little floater. Shepherd's got 6.
The floater, always a hard shot to contest.
Jabari Smith has been leading the charge for Houston, hunting for opportunities, leading to 9 points in the quarter. We'll be right back after this word. And this has been a fairly close game through the first quarter. We'll see what happens here in the second. And taking a look at Houston's performance here, guys, what have they been doing or not doing?
You can really see the strategy coming in. Get the ball into the painted area.
Yeah, and it's worked. They've got a clear edge and points in the paint. Now we'll see if they go with a more balanced attack or just keep on pounding it inside.
So the Houston 5 right now. We've got Jeff Green, Josh Okogie is out there with Shepard. Then there's Dorian Finney-Smith. And it's Şengün in at the center position. Time now to hear from our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Thanks, guys. The Rockets have become a fearsome defensive team, and Coach Ime Udoka said, our young guys were tired of losing, and they bought into it. A huge part is just shifting the mentality and doing our part on that end. Understanding how much that impacts winning, it is a non-negotiable for me. Brian, back to you.
They are bought in. Allie, we appreciate the report. And here are the Warriors now, after Houston's three-pointer on the other end. Pass to Shepard. Back to Green. And Clark, whether we're comparing players or voting for the annual awards, defense is a factor that is often undervalued.
Yeah, I agree with that wholeheartedly. I mean, we love to see people score in a variety of ways. We like to see that offensive skill set on display. But, you know, defensive stats are critically important, but not as easy to identify and count. But yet, and still, it's half the game, so you can't overlook it.
Out to the right wing. It's down to 5 on the shot clock. From the top of the key, and that's good. His first bucket of the game. It's a close one here in San Francisco. The Lakers will be traveling in to face them after this one, and that'll put them halfway through a 3-game homestand. And there's Şengün. That one's good. On the assist by Shepard.
Inside the paint, Şengün is a force to be reckoned with.
The Warriors shooting pretty well at 45%. Screen by Post. They swipe it. Okogie on the wing. Defended by Porzingis. Here's Green. And count that. 2 points and a chance for one more at the line.
Looks like we're starting to see a pattern here. Not afraid to get in the paint and get wet.
Well, I agree with you. 4 of their last 5 baskets have been exactly of that variety.
And he'll be shooting his first free throw.
He's been a completely different guy at the line this season. I mean, last year, you weren't sure what you were going to get when he got to the stripe. There's no way we could have expected such a huge increase in those free throw percentage numbers.
And a little under 2.5 minutes gone by here in the second quarter. Melton outside. Outside Podziemski. Here's Santos. It's rebounded by Houston. Şengün's got 6 rebounds now in the game.
I'll tell you what, they've been aggressive and they've been physical.
Well, they're working the glass, really battling in that area of the game. And that's helped them stake this lead.
Now here's Şengün, coming off a 16-point game against the Magic in Orlando.
And on top of everything else, he did a great job of helping control the boards at both ends. He's been a steady presence for them. Nice to have that kind of safety net at the offensive end.
Here's Spencer. And right now, he's currently putting up 6.5 points per game to the middle. Houston working the ball around. Okogie. No good from outside.
Defense dodged the bullet that time. Total breakdown.
And you watch Alperen Şengün. He's a beast on the blocks, Graham.
Yeah, B.A. He throws his weight around, but what separates him is his skill. Against the best post defenders in the league, he comes up with creative ways to score.
Green with the ball. Now Podziemski defending. Şengün in the post. He's been a big scorer for this offense, averaging around 20 points a game.
How about the bounce ability of Şengün? Getting himself way up there.
Count it. Good. Porzingis has got 6.
Getting enough shots in close to play inside out.
And so Ime Udoka decides to call timeout. He's going to take a moment to give him a breather and talk things over. Green is checked in. Kevin Durant, he's checked in for the Rockets. Thompson comes in for Okogie. Golden State on D. They trail by 9. Finney Smith a screen. 4-3. And there's Durant. That one's good. On the assist by Shepherd. He's got 9.
And what's working here? Each guy is willing to make the next pass.
Outside Porzingis. Clock at 6. It's rebounded by Şengün. Şengün's got 7 rebounds in the game.
And right now, they're +8 in the rebounding category. That's helping them run away with this.
Yeah, double-digit advantage on the scoreboard. They've taken the initiative. They've played, I think, with more purpose so far.
And it's Shepherd missing. Warriors trail by 12. High post Green. Finney Smith's there. From deep, Melton. It's hauled in by Houston. Their last game, a win against the Magic. Looking to carry it into this one.
It was a lockdown effort defensively, contesting shots and really protecting the painted area.
Boy, I tell you what, I think you got to really appreciate the grit, getting dirty, staying engaged. That's really what defense is all about.
Golden State has gone 0 for 2 from outside in the second quarter. Outside, Green. The 3. It's hauled in by Houston. Şengün's got rebound number 8 now. Here's Thompson. Uses the glass on the layup. Thompson's got 6.
You see there, Thompson does a good job of sneaking into the lane and finishing.
Offensively, it's been a struggle for him.
Yeah, they need to string together some shots to have any kind of chance.
Now here's Melton. Give him 8 points now. Lets it go from deep. Kevin Durant with a rebound.
Not his best night, and not the team's best night. Sometimes it just goes that way.
Porzingis against Şengün. Pass to Durant. Let's go with a 3. Good. That's his 5th bucket in 9 attempts.
After having none in the first, he gets 2 3-point shots to go here.
Warriors trail by 17. And Steve Kerr wants a timeout. We might see him looking to make some tweaks to the strategy. They come into this one having outplayed the Grizzlies last time.
Oh my, talk about mental toughness. The crowd was roaring against them, but they were able to focus and finish the task at hand.
Well, you know, it takes character, poise, toughness to win on the road, and that's exactly what they showed last game.
Gets free t-shirts. Let's see who's the last.
Moody's checked in for the Warriors. And then for Houston, Smith, he's checked in for Finney Smith. And Eason subbed in for Shepherd. Now here's Podziemski. Green with a screen on Thompson. Pass to Moody. Just 5 to shoot. From deep, Melton. It's hauled in by Houston.
They've shown that power inside. Their rebounding effort has been sensational.
Guys, that's putting it mildly. I mean, they've been absolutely dominant.
Now here's Durant. The 3. Podziemski grabs the board. Green against Eason. Pass to Santos.
Get through.
Outside, Green. Santos can't get it to go. And here's Thompson. He'll bring it up for the Rockets. Here's Smith. The basket's good. Off the assist from Thompson. Smith's got 11 points.
Yeah, pretty slick move by Smith. You got to have a strong handle to go up against NBA defenders.
Outside Moody to the paint. To snap the cold streak. Chalk up 2 there. Podziemski's gotten his 2nd bucket of the game.
Credit their discipline. They've been working for high percentage shots.
On the wing, Thompson. Pass to Şengün. Here's Durant. Launches a three. They get it again.
Their interior D continues to look shaky. Not a good matchup for them right now.
I'd agree with you, and I don't think they expected this one to be a game where they would get battered inside like they have.
Here's Moody after the basket by Houston, and looks like an illegal pick was set. That gets the ref's attention.
Well, the league has put an emphasis to crack down on illegal screens.
Yeah, you know, he might have gotten away with that a few years ago, but not anymore. No way. Now you've got to be stationary on those screens. No extra hips or elbows, or they'll call it.
And the Rockets making a change here. Capella's checked in. Now here's Thompson. Give him 8 points now. For three, Smith counted from distance. 14 points for him.
Boy, I like how their perimeter game is building out. They're feeling it right now.
Outside Podziemski. Pass to Melton from the arc. It's rebounded by Houston.
Man, miss after miss for him. When you're having a quarter like this, the only beneficiary is the defense.
Smith outside. Inside. Durant draws the double. Back to Smith. Three-pointer. And yes, it's good. He's 7 for 8 now.
Yeah, looking so comfortable out there on the perimeter. Smith has really invested in getting this shot dialed in.
Time called here. The Warriors decide to talk it over.
There's just a lot of wide open lanes to the rim here. That'll drive your coach nuts.
And, you know, I think he's going to tell them simply, we have to show more fight on the interior. That's the top priority right now.
The 2K leaderboard shining a light on the league's best three-point shooting teams of late. The Rockets in 5th.
Number 1, you have to have good shooters. Number 2, you have to take good shots. This team is both talented and disciplined.
So it's the Warriors now. Melton outside. And again, no good by Golden State.
If this quarter is any indication, he's not going to be the guy to turn this game around in their favor.
Pass to Eason. And here's Capella. And he buries his first look.
He drops yet another dime, just facilitating this offense like a maestro.
Well, when you look at the assist totals, heck, they've been clearly the better team.
Now here's Melton. Give him 8 points now. Parked it down low that time. Got hit with the 3-second call.
Rockets ball.
Here's a look at what's coming up for the Golden State Warriors. On Saturday, they'll be matching up with LeBron James and the Los Angeles Lakers. Then on Monday, they'll be matching up against Kawhi Leonard and the Los Angeles Clippers.
And you know, for that matchup with the Thunder, a win for them in that one would be huge. Lots of bragging rights when you take down the top team in the league.
Now here's Eason. His offense has been solid, scoring around 11.5 points a game. Here's Durant, and the Rockets tack on 2 more.
You cannot shoot the ball much better than he is right now.
Pass to Santos. Back to Podziemski. Can they get it? Eason pulls it in. Eason's got 4 rebounds now. Durant inside, and he drops it in from the low post. Durant's got 10 points now, just in this quarter. And it's the Warriors with the ball. Now Green. Here's Santos. 17 points for him last game against Memphis. Melton, with nobody on him, he buries that jumper. Melton's got 10 points in the game.
In terms of scoring, he hadn't done much of it. Just 1 of 7 this quarter.
On the wing, Durant. Moody defends. They double-team Durant. Nice shot there, making him 8 for 13.
He played well in the first quarter, but now he's taking it to the next level.
Pass to Green. 32 seconds left in the second period. Green with a screen on Thompson. 6 on the shot clock. Eason against Melton. Count the basket. 12 points for him.
You know, he may lack size, but Melton's an effective scorer inside. He plays bigger than he is.
Outside Durant. Smith outside. Fires from deep. That's good. And so Durant with the assist. Smith's got 20 points.
And this is how he shines. He's a big part of their floor spacing.
And you know what? It's all about the long distance game for him tonight. He's getting it done from out there.
So as we conclude the first half, a fairly one-sided game. A huge gap. And Allie LaForce has something for us on the sidelines. Hey, Allie.
Here with Coach Steve Kerr, your defense struggling to contain them in the first half. How do you remedy it?
We got to get back in transition. We got to make them feel us. You know, they're just running anything they want. We've got to at least disrupt the stuff they're trying to do.
Thank you, Coach.
Allie, as always, thank you. We'll be back right after the break for the third quarter here on 2K Sports.
Welcome, everybody. Let's get right to it. It's been nothing short of a tremendous challenge for the Golden State Warriors.
This is so painful to watch. In fact, I stopped watching. Bad effort on the boards. This hurts so much, Ernie.
Yeah, I think we've officially lost Shaq's attention. Code red. Now let's take a moment here for a look at the upcoming schedule.
And you know, for that matchup with the Heat, they'll have the advantage coming in. But it's not like they're infallible. I mean, no one is.
Yeah, I mean, on paper, it's a favorable matchup, but the game, last time I checked, is played on hardwood. Appreciate you joining us. It's been our distinct pleasure, and I mean that. Let's now take you back over to the third quarter with Brian Anderson.
And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. You gotta like what Jabari Smith has done in this one.
And in the first half, he dominated in the post. He got the looks he wanted and was able to execute.
Yeah, you know what? I think he's doing exactly what he has to do. Using his body, shaking off contact, and then finishing at the rim.
And here's Podziemski. We've got DeAnthony Melton. He's out there with Brandon Podziemski. Moses Moody out there with Green. And it's Santos in at the four-man spot. That's the Warriors 5.
First in blocks, second in opponent points per game, and they came in third when it comes to opponent field goal percentage. These guys really work hard to protect the hoop and limit the open angles.
And you got to be careful shooting on this team. They are number one in blocks because they have an innate timing for when to rise up and contest shots. Now here's Durant over Moody, and another basket for Houston.
We've seen that more than once today. An effortless basket inside.
Well, listless and lifeless at the defensive end. I mean, especially inside. They've really got to pick up that interior defense.
Pass to Melton. Left side Podziemski. Fires the three. It's rebounded by Şengün. Şengün's got 9 rebounds in the game. Boy, he's getting it done. You know, the more you watch Şengün, the more you wonder if he's just a guard in the body of a big man, Clark.
Well, that's a pretty astute observation, B.A., because his passing is elite. I mean, his vision, he sees a half a play to a play ahead. I mean, you can actually run offense through Şengün. Durant has definitely been on one tonight, knocking down shots for himself at a high rate.
Podziemski with it. Melton outside. Fires the three. Smith with the rebound. Houston has gone 7 of 14 from the perimeter in this one. Thompson outside. Pass to Smith. The kick to Durant. Releases. And again, it's Houston.
3 for 3 this half. Nothing to complain about with that.
Golden State has gone 0 for 2 from outside here in the third. Outside Moody. Let's go with a 3. Gets the 3 ball to go.
Defensive mix-up for sure right there. Somehow he was left open.
Melton against Eason. Down low. Here's Thompson. And the slam dunk by Thompson.
Thompson's vertical is impressive. I love seeing this young guard rise up and throw it down.
Green with a screen on Thompson. Melton outside. Green, a screen, unloads. Melton misses.
1 for 4 in the second half. Just trying to get into a rhythm.
And so Şengün will bring it up for Houston. Since the second half started, they've only given up 3 points. Outside Durant. Basket's good.
Kevin Durant.
Durant's got 8 points in the quarter.
Boy, that's 5 buckets in a row now. Watch out. Looking like a well-oiled machine coming out of the break.
Melton passes to Green. Here's Santos. Outside Podziemski. Lets the 3 fly. It's hauled in by Houston. Şengün's got 11 rebounds in the game.
His lack of offense is certainly not helping. Tough to overcome that.
Outside, Green. Pass to Podziemski. Now here's Moody. Here's Melton. And the Warriors miss again.
It's clear he's totally out of sync. The team needs to rethink its strategy around what to do with him.
That one's good for 2.
More points coming from inside. In that respect, they've been the more aggressive team.
You're exactly right. It's been all good at one end, and let's be diplomatic and just say not so good at the other end.
Here's Santos. No points so far. Here's Podziemski. Drains the triple.
He was licking his chops there. Got a good look.
And Houston has possession. Thompson passes to Şengün. Houston working the ball around. Durant, no good.
He had a couple of triples in that first half, but since then, he has not been a factor from beyond the arc.
The 3 is up. And the Warriors with another 3.
Man, they're having a hard time defending the triple. That's 3 in a row.
I think they're playing too soft on the perimeter. They can't stay so soft. They've got to get up into the shooters here.
Now here's Thompson. 10 points for him. Pulls up on the wing. And another basket for Houston.
Boy, he's been a monster this quarter. Carrying the load for sure.
Outside Podziemski. Pass to Santos. And here's Podziemski. 4-3. Smith with the rebound. Smith's got 4 rebounds now. Eason against Melton. Eason, the pass to Durant. Lets it go from the wing. It's rebounded by Golden State. Melton outside. Moody on the wing, defended by Thompson. He was all alone on that one. Podziemski's got 9 points now in the second half.
12 straight points off 3s. This defense is not extending very well.
You know, they're having free reign from beyond the arc. The defense is just not there.
Durant's shot is off. The Warriors have gotten only 4 of 10 shots to fall so far in the third. Melton outside. Back to Podziemski. Pass to Moody. Shot clock at 5. Jacks up a three. The shot by Podziemski, no good. The Rockets have gone 7 of 10 here in the second half. Outside Durant. The three-pointer off the mark.
Well, in most games he can knock it down from deep, but it just isn't there for him in this one.
Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with Allie LaForce.
Thank you, guys. Kevin Durant talked about the key to his longevity, and he said just being enthusiastic about the game every day and wanting to get better, that forces you to get in the gym. What you do the most is what you're going to be best at, and if you don't use it, you'll lose it. That's how I look at it. Brian?
The love for the game. Allie, appreciate the report. So it's the Rockets now. After the Warriors picking up a basket just a moment ago. Shot's good by Thompson.
A confident shot from Amen. I mean, when he trusts his J, Thompson is that much more difficult to check.
Now here's Podziemski. He's got 14. Melton outside. Green, a screen. Puts up a three. Melton misses.
Hey, sometimes you miss even under the best of circumstances.
And it's slammed in by Durant.
Yeah, and one of the most skilled players we've ever seen. Durant just continues to dominate offensively.
Outside Podziemski. Pass to Moody. Outside, Green. Eason against Melton. Shoots over Eason. Melton misses.
They need everyone clicking here. Unfortunately, his game has gone the other direction.
Green against Şengün. Outside Durant. Launches it. The shot, no good. The Warriors shooting just 36% in the third. Here's Santos. He's scoreless. Green with a screen on Şengün. And play stops. A whistle there on what looks like an illegal screen.
The screener was leaning a bit right there. His feet may not have been planted. Pretty obvious call by the officials.
Yeah, I agree. You know, sometimes that can be a tough call for the refs to make, but not that time. It was easy there.
Kristaps Porzingis, he's checked in for the Warriors. Spencer comes in for Podziemski. Here's Shepard. Give him 8 points now. Okogie into the lane. Screen by Capella. And here's Shepard for three. Back to Okogie. The three ball. Hits the trifecta.
Knocked down that time by Josh Okogie. He's been working on that jump shot, and you can tell, trying to be more consistent with it.
Melton outside to the paint. Porzingis against Capella. Porzingis passes to Melton. To end the cold spell. Capella with a rebound. Capella's got 4 rebounds in the game. Pass to Okogie. Now Capella, defended by Porzingis. And a foul called on the way up. So he'll take 2 from the free throw line.
Second personal.
Kristaps Porzingis picks one up.
You know, it's really hard to match up against Clint Capella's height and length. I mean, sometimes you got to foul him.
A chance to catch up on some numbers here. The scoring breakdown for Houston.
Well, you know, for me, when you can convert this many times in the paint, I think that's a sign that your offense is really in a healthy state.
Yeah, another thing you notice are all the assists. The ball just has energy, and everyone is getting involved.
And he can't get the first one.
Clint Capella is a guy who's a defensive anchor and takes quality shots, and because of that, he plays his role to perfection.
That one misses.
They're one of the best rim runners in the game. Capella is underappreciated at times because he doesn't fit the mold of the modern big. But he rebounds, defends, and takes shots he knows he can make.
Here's Okogie.
2 minutes remaining in the third.
Pass to Greens. Houston working the ball around. To the inside. And a slam dunk by Capella.
Capella's so good at finishing around the rim, showing you right there. Great explosiveness inside.
Here's Porzingis. Green covering. Fades and shoots. And it's good. Off the back of the rim and in. Porzingis has got 8.
He's shooting well, doing his best to keep this offense in gear, but he hasn't had a lot of support.
Pass to Shepherd. 1:19 left to play in the third quarter. Houston needs to get off a shot. Up and in on the layup.
It's nice to see they're not settling for three-pointers. These guys are putting in the work inside.
Pass to Capella. Here's Shepherd. Give him 8 points now. Oh, and the jam by Capella.
How about the force of that dunk by Capella? Wow.
An impressive display. How about that look on the AT&T connected cam? There's 48 seconds left in the third quarter. Here's Spencer. And here's Porzingis. Knocks down the long J. He's got 11.
The shot mechanics are really impeccable. Perfect. Porzingis, one of those guys you can't leave by himself.
Pass to Capella. 16 seconds left to play in the third. Off target on the 15-footer. Here's Spencer. To the middle. Here's Porzingis. Oh, it's Porzingis with the jam.
Filthy. I mean, just the arena is stunned.
He's got a deep bag of tricks to dig into.
Boy, I'd love to get a replay on that one. Let's keep it handy so we can see it again.
And so it's Houston with 0 pressure as they hold on to a 35-point advantage. It hasn't taken them too many shots to get their points. They're winning with efficiency. We'll be back in a moment. And it's time to bring up the State Farm assist of the game.
Woo, I'm fired up to see this dish one more time. It's always great to see your two guards share the wealth.
Yeah, platinum level dime dropping there, fellas. Accurate and on time.
And 1 quarter to go in a game that, to this point, has not been an evenly fought contest. The Rockets shooting at a fantastic 68% from the floor. Taking a look at the Rockets. Jeff Green out there with Dorian Finney-Smith. Then it's Shepherd, then it's Josh Okogie, and it's Capella in at the 5, roaming the paint. Pure from three-point range.
Boy, because of his athleticism, when Josh Okogie is knocking down the three-point shot, he is really uber dangerous.
Pass to Spencer. It's Pajemski on the wing. Here's the pick. The 3. Capella with a rebound. Capella's got 6 rebounds here tonight. Here's Shepherd, guarded by Post. Back to Capella. Pass to Finney-Smith. The 3. On target from range.
Finney-Smith locked and loaded from the corner, ready to fire on contact.
Finney-Smith's gone 2 for 2 from distance tonight. Outside Pajemski. Outside Porzingis. And you look around the league, 30 different organizations, each with their own cultures. What did you look for as a player, Greg?
Well, you know, BA, winning always comes first. But after that, you're looking at resources and how they care for their players. That's where teams are trying to separate themselves these days.
That reach of Porzingis is just outrageous. I mean, I love when he uses it on defense to stifle shooters.
Pass to post. Now here's Porzingis. Here's Spencer. 6 to shoot. And he knocks the jumper down.
Pick works well there, but the defense left a lot to be desired.
Yeah, that's not the defense you need. You got to be tougher defensively.
Outside Finney-Smith. And Houston, another three.
They're getting torched on the perimeter. 4 of the last 5 buckets have been threes.
It's hard for me to watch this. I mean, the defense practically giving them those shots.
We're in the fourth quarter here. Just under 2.5 minutes gone by. Three-pointer. Buries it from 3. Spencer's got 5 points now this quarter.
That's how you up the ante. Come right back at him.
A little back and forth from long range. I love it. That's a terrific answer there.
Here's Green. And Porzingis with the block.
They're protecting the rim. Porzingis, one of the best in the league at that.
And a slam dunk by Porzingis.
He just rises up and throws it down hard with one hand.
That is such a go-to move for him. He holds nothing back on those.
Does it as well as anybody, fellas. Tremendous skill while in the air.
Here's Capella, and it goes. As the official calls the foul, count it, and he'll shoot one more at the line.
First team foul.
And Clark with the landmark decisions, opening the door to NIL revenue for athletes in college and even in high school. It's the wild, wild west for amateur basketball.
There's no question the landscape is chaotic, dizzying even, but they deserve a slice of that pie, and this is a long time coming. Kids have an opportunity to leverage their talent to get paid right now, and in some cases begin the process of creating generational wealth before they even become of age to vote. That's a pretty powerful combination.
Here in the fourth quarter, just under 2.5 gone by. Porzingis against Capella. Right side Porzingis. And the rebound goes to the Rockets. Pass to Okogie. Here's Shepherd. Now Capella. Oh, it's blocked by Porzingis. And they get it back. Three-pointer Holiday. Offensive rebound. And the whistle blows as the basket counts. Chance at a three-point opportunity here. One free throw coming up.
Team foul.
And the Rockets making a change here. Crawford's checked in.
At the line for one.
And that one misses. Well, Clark, you were a bit of a trendsetter with this, but it seems the stretch 4 is here to stay in the NBA.
Well, the combination of size and touch, something I took pride in as a player. I was versatile. And back then, I mean, a guy 6'8" that was able to play inside and out wasn't as common as it is now. Teams want a lot of floor spacing, and they want as many players out there that can space the floor, including the big guys. So 4 out is now a standard practice of how the game is played.
Pass to Shepherd. Tries to break his ice. Outside for Green. Here's Okogie. The Rockets again can't hit. For 3, Porzingis. And that comes off the assist by Green. Porzingis has got 7 points for the quarter. Deflects the pass. Here's Spencer. Outside Pajemski. Green with a screen on Capella. Another 3 for Golden State.
This defense just can't stay connected to shooters.
For Houston, they've gone 5 of 11 so far in the fourth. To the paint. It's an even 3-on-3 break from 6 feet away. And there's another one for the Warriors.
And that's an owner's manual possession to get them a good look there.
Houston has gone 3 of 6 from downtown so far in the fourth. Pass to Capella. And Porzingis with the block. Cred, you're involved with helping the NBA grow the game globally. How important are those initiatives?
You know, BA, it's very important to watch how the game has grown over the last 30 years that I've been connected with the NBA is quite staggering, but there's more work to be done. So every initiative, every appearance, every camp, every game is so vitally important as we continue to spread the game of basketball all over the world.
Here's Capella, 5 to shoot, and miss after miss right now. The Warriors have gone 7 for 11 so far in the fourth. Porzingis passes to Green. Here's Spencer. Porzingis in the post. Green for 3. Sends it home from three-point land.
They've been pretty lax with their perimeter defense, giving up a lot of three-pointers.
And their defensive rotations have been non-existent.
Here's Shepherd. That's good. And now he's 5 for 11 in this one.
And not only can he burn you from deep, Shepherd is also skilled inside. Just great work there.
Outside Podziemski. Left side Porzingis. Rockets with a rebound. Capella's got 9 rebounds now. Here's Crawford. Pass to Okogie. And we're seeing some younger teams really on the rise here. Any particular reason, Grant?
Well, you know, it's part of the natural order of things. Certain players will dominate, and when they age, there are always those young upstarts vying to take the lead.
Here's Spencer. Left side Porzingis. Oh, and Porzingis powers it home.
How about Porzingis with the fancy throwdown? Love seeing the big fella finish with that kind of power.
Here's Shepherd. To the inside. Here's Capella. Nails the baby hook. Capella's got 10 points here in the second half.
All of a sudden, he's balling. Halftime adjustments successful so far.
Pass to Porzingis. Over Capella. And the Warriors tack on 2 more.
Hey, he's doing whatever he can right now to pump up his teammates.
Houston has gone 3 of 6 from downtown so far in the fourth. Here's Okogie, defended by Podziemski. Fires from deep. Offensive rebound. Here's Shepherd. Pass to Capella. 5 on the clock. Tries again. The Warriors pull it in. Podziemski's got his 4th rebound in this one. On the take. And despite the NBA's popularity, some folks criticizing the wide-open style of play.
Yeah, you know, BA, some of the artistry is lost when guys are mostly hunting for open threes. But for some teams like the Celtics and Warriors, that's been a championship-winning formula. And, well, we all know it's a copycat league.
And that one misses. Both teams deciding to change it up. Good on the second one. Well, the Rockets shooting right below 40% here in the fourth. Here's Davison. Right side, Green. And so he draws the foul, headed to the line to shoot a pair.
Fourth personal foul, third team foul. At the line for the Rockets, Jeff Green, taking 2 shots.
Free throw good. Green. Grant, you look at some of the rule changes in recent years. Does it seem to you like coaches' challenges are here to stay?
You know, BA, it does. And I think that's a good thing. You know, I can think of a few calls I would have liked to challenge in my day. So it's a nice option to have.
Newton, he's checked in for Davison. And he makes both free throws. Here's Pajemski. Here's Golden State. They're on an 18-6 run. Melton outside. Back to Pajemski.
2 minutes remaining in the game.
And the shot goes. Pajemski's got 5 points now this quarter.
Gotta fight harder to get over those screens.
Well, I'm going to credit the screen. I mean, that's a good, strong pick he lays there.
Pass to Green. .146 left in the game. Shot clock at 6. Here's Newton. There's the 3. Santos pulls it in. Golden State has gone 4 of 6 from deep thus far in the fourth. And here's Melton. Outside Moody. 3-pointer. They grab their own miss. Here's Pajemski. From outside, off the mark.
And I'm surprised that didn't go down. I mean, I'm sure he is too. And let's face it, this one was never really in question. They came out with purpose and just overwhelmed the opposition. A great win for the Rockets.
And everything seemed to go their way today. They were firing on all cylinders, Grant.
Yeah, B.A., this was the kind of performance you relish as a player. Just a very impressive win.
And give them credit for what'll be their 38th win of the year.
But they've got 2 more chances to get some revenge. The matchup doesn't favor them, but against a conference opponent, they're gonna battle hard.
And, you know, against a conference opponent who you're going to see 4 times total on the season, a 2-0 advantage is pretty healthy.
And one player just stole the show tonight, doing everything for his team. A monster night for Kevin Durant.
Tremendous contribution from him, scoring the basketball. Everywhere you look, his fingerprints were all over this game.
Sinks that one from the post.
Yeah, they blocked out the noise, blocked out the distractions, kept on grinding, and this is their reward.
Boy, a fantastic performance. And I tell you something, I mean, you get roadkill, that's always a challenge in the NBA, no matter what. They got it done.
And one move ahead of the defense, a solid pick.
And then the monster dunk to complete the play. Well done.
Boy, picture-perfect teamwork that time, guys. One guy sacrificing for the other. That's how you succeed in this league.
And so it's the Rockets taking care of business in this one. To walk into enemy territory and deliver a performance like that, that says a lot about this squad.
They really came in looking confident and didn't let anything shake them. This is what a dominant team looks like.
And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Clark Kellogg, Allie LaForce, and Grant Hill, this is Brian